Hello, my name is Stephen Long and I am one of the video editors for Project Eden's Garden. I want to jump in the beginning of this podcast to give you a little apology. These podcasts have been a little bit late. As you may know, San Japan was done in the beginning of September of 2023, and this podcast is in the beginning of 2024. Yeah, so I do apologize for that. There are several reasons as to why. One of them is, I graduated college, so I did get my bachelor's, thankfully. Nevertheless, they are finally available, so if you knew that these were coming, I do apologize for the wait, but if you didn't know that these were coming, these were not delayed at all. They are perfectly on time, as everything usually in this project is. Yay. So the podcast that you're about to listen to is day 1 of the San Japan trip, but there is also day 2 and day 3 to watch out for. In fact, each day has different members that get to speak on the podcast. In fact, here's a list of the members that are presented in each day. Whoa, I didn't know they were going to be on there. I knew they were going to be on there, but who would have thought they would be on here? Wow, marvelous people, absolutely brilliant.
Omedetou.
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 Omedetou. Omedetou.
Omedetou.
Omedetou.
Omedetou ne.
Omedetou-san.
In any case, though, I do apologize for how late these are. Other stuff that was recorded in San Japan will be coming out as soon as possible when I have time for it. We are cooking in the Project Eden's Garden basement, so hopefully they will come out ASAP. And I hope you're there to watch all of them because they are a lot of work. A lot of work goes in the basement. Anyways, enjoy the podcast. I know she will.
We are doing Eden.
Right there.
She's right there. She's doing the voices too.
And we will catch y'all next time.
Bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Project Eden's Garden San Japan podcast, the first episode of the podcast. We are doing a couple episodes. We don't know how many we're doing yet, but this is Friday night, September 1st. All 7 of us, or 6 of us, there's a 7th person here, but 6 of us here got an Airbnb together for the con for San Japan. So coming at you not so live from San Antonio. So yeah, if we want to go down the line, everybody introduce themselves, who you are, what you do on the team, and then we're just going to talk about today, talk about the con, what's going to happen, what we're excited for, what happened today, and then talk about the Chapter 1 demo. Because everybody got to play that, right? I believe so.
Yeah.
Steven, you didn't play it? Okay.
I will
not.
play it
I still have
tomorrow.
it.
You'll
Video
play it
boys
tomorrow.
on it.
But anyway.
I still have to
I mean,
play through it
I
all
saw
the way.
snippets. I kind of know what's happening.
Okay,
so
okay, cool.
it's not a big deal.
So yeah, let's go down the line.
All right. Well, hello. My name is Jacob Plord, but I mostly go by Dr. Pap online, and I am the voice actor of Ulysses Wilhelm.
I'm the Lusical. I'm the voice actor of Eva.
My name is Stephen Long. I am the video editor for Project Eden's Garden. You've seen me in the most recent devlog, but I've also done other devlogs and the music videos and a couple of other future things as well.
My name is Andrew Moores. I'm the editor of the announcement trailer and the prologue trailer.
I am Justin Gilbert. I am the sound lead, dialogue editor, sound designer, mixer. Any audio that's not music is my responsibility, basically.
I'm Anthony Miele. I do 3D work. I just generally around the entire project.
Cool. So let's talk about today.
Oh boy.
The very first day of the con.
The very first day.
So are we counting yesterday? Like
We can talk
Thursday
about
night?
yesterday
Yeah,
too.
that'd be good to include that.
So yesterday we set up the booth ahead of time. We didn't have everything ready, but at least we got everything ready that we could get ready. And it was mostly setup was me, Anthony.
Sweden was waiting for us
was there. I think Juvie was helping out too.
And Juvie was giving us the rides all over the place.
Yeah.
Dude,
I forgot.
Juve is pretty
Yeah.
much the best chauffeur you've ever had.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
so Juvie picked Anthony and I up from the airport, and I think he picked one of us up from the airport.
He picked both of us up.
Okay, right.
And also eventually Pat, but
Yeah,
Pat
like
was
after
had a
like an hour and a
couple
half or so.
roadblocks.
Yeah.
with Pat.
Okay.
It
Talk
took
about your
so
story
long
about coming
forever.
Yeah,
here.
we'll start with you
So,
first.
Because we kind of abandoned you.
In terms of getting here, my both my departure and arrival at the airport, we basically rolled like a nat 1 in terms of like how good a takeoff can be, because we hit like every cloud on the way up, every cloud on the way down. So it was like
Oh no.
as uncomfortable as it could possibly be with wings going up and down all over the place.
Oh, please have video for that.
I did not, but you can probably find some stock footage. But after getting to the airport, I was like getting worried at the baggage claim, because it had been a while since it had started, and I wasn't seeing my bag. But eventually, luckily, I did. So I picked that up, head to like the food court to get a snack, and then I get a notification from the group chat saying something along the lines of like, plans have gone wrong.
I
So I
said
changed the
and
plans. Yeah.
The thing that I did not account for is that Juve was gonna pick all of us up and immediately like chauffeur us off to run errands, and then we did that for a really long time,
Yeah,
and we
We had
tried
to kill
to meet.
so much time.
We tried
had
to
like
meet
2 hours to
Andrew.
kill.
We went
Yeah.
to the wrong grocery store.
Yeah, because we landed at like 11 a.m. and this Airbnb did not open up until 4 p.m. And the people that own this Airbnb are very strict about all of their rules.
Which is
Yeah,
fine.
and for
but-
frame
Which
of
is fine,
reference,
yeah.
I got off my plane at 2:30. I believe when y'all were able to finally come around to pick me up, it was probably like 3:40, 3:50.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it was
Before that too, you also got dabbed on because like Pat was the only one who was not able to get the like Airbnb key.
Yeah, like
Oh,
I straight up like
yeah.
I only got the video of the gate, like that email, and nothing else. Not
Yeah.
the PDF with the rules, not the proto key thing. It was just that video. So like while I was on shift at work, I was messaging with Luz to be able to figure out why it's not going to my email. And so we eventually figured that out by swapping to a different email entirely. So I got it there. And then, yeah, we were actually able to get here.
So what did you do to get so much bad luck?
Because God has punished me for my hubris and my work is never finished.
So yeah, I did say so fun fact, we had a connection, you and me had a connection Houston, and we just happened to have the same flight from Houston to San Antonio as Juvie. So we basically met him at the gate, and as we were getting on the plane, I was
He's
thinking
a lot shorter
like
than I.
he's slightly taller than I am.
Did you all have
Um,
like assigned seating?
Yes.
Yeah.
We flew United, so we had assigned
Ah.
seats.
He was like 6 seats behind us.
Yeah, he was like saying that he like flies as cheaply as possible, but when he found out that we were on the same flight as him, he was like, I kind of want to style on them, and get first class, upgrade to first class,
And he would do that. That would set in like honestly,
because it was only like $100 more, but it was also $100 more for an hour-long flight. So he was like, no, I'm not doing that.
That'd be just flexing with the flex.
So we took, and as we were getting on the plane from Houston to San Antonio, I was just thinking like, there's like like this is going to be very flexible. Like there's not like hard, strict things that we're going on here. And I think I said something to the equivalent of like, there's not really any way that like anything can really go wrong. Which is the equivalent of being like, what could possibly go wrong? So, but
Things you never want to say.
but day one has gone smoothly so far. But first, how do you guys like Texas?
It's pretty
I
alright.
live here.
Hot.
Oh yeah, you live
Yeah,
here.
he lives here.
I had to drive 2 hours. It was pretty nice.
It was also funny because we were gonna meet you at the HEB.
Yeah, I was just chilling at HEB.
And because you were picking up groceries for us, and we were just like, okay, we'll go to HEB, and we went to the completely wrong HEB.
That was
looking
my
around.
fault.
I was looking for Steven, and he was just like, "Oh, which entrance are you at?" I'm like, I think there was just one. Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Because the HEB that we went to was like the much bigger one. And so there was like the pharmacy entrance and then like the general groceries entrance. And we were like, "Are you in the pharmacy entrance?" And he goes, "There's only one entrance." And I'm like,
Guys, newsflash, we got to go.
Luckily for us, the HEB that you were at was on the way to the airport when we were gonna pick up Pap.
Everything's super
Yeah.
close together. And
So
I'm not used to
everything
this.
worked out. Is what I'm saying.
Eventually.
It worked out. One
Yeah.
thing about Texas, how you guys feel about the heat?
So
They have great air conditioning.
yeah.
Yes, it has
Um,
been over 100 degrees like the past
Yeah,
2 days.
The lowest
Consistently.
I've seen it.
It's been
is
over
like
100 for
90.
the past 3 months.
That's
I've been
yeah, okay. Yeah, you're the
How is there
expert.
not forest? Oh, there's no forests anymore. Okay,
So like I'm
let's get
I'm
political.
from Florida, and I was
Florida
like,
man.
how could the heat be any worse than Florida? And then it got worse.
It's
you're
also
near-
a dry heat too.
you're also near the
so-
Yeah.
coastline.
Huh?
You were
You're
also
also
in
near the coastline.
Yeah, so the
True, yeah.
hurricanes can wash away all that hotness, and then
And the entirety of our
it
Oh
just
yeah,
your
we
house,
we
too.
evacuated you from Florida because of the hurricane going through right now.
yeah.
We had a cool front recently. It was like highs of 99 for 2 days.
That was-
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
my.
just,
Chilly.
like double-digit highs.
Chilly weather. We have other things to talk about, like the booth today.
The process of setting up the booth, I mean, went
Justin
fairly
got so
smoothly.
mad at me. I get the last
Listen,
like 30 minutes. We were
Listen,
there.
I just went into full like management mode of like everything needs to like we need to get this done because we were about to get kicked out because of the time because like everyone needed to be out by
How
10.
late did y'all go to?
we left by 10 because we couldn't
10?
stay longer than
Oh,
10.
wow.
Because so we basically were setting up between 7 and 10,
and that's like no time.
and we didn't have everything we needed to, so that's why we like Juvie went to the Walmart the night that same night so that we can have stuff for the morning.
He got there 5 minutes before it closed.
Oh yeah, he got there 5 minutes before the close, and you're like,
And he
sir,
sprinted.
sir. Juvie is a trooper. I almost said I almost dropped the.
Oh,
We're trying to limit the language on the
Oh.
podcast.
Mhm.
I'm of the opinion that he's 500 years old and immortal.
I mean, he is
He's
the
been
boomer of the
around.
group. He is the boomer
He
of the
knows
group.
what he's
He is
doing.
the goat. That's what he is.
He got
Yeah,
Oh
he's
my
he's
God.
basically been doing like all of like the major management stuff for us behind the scenes while we have been like setting up stuff. Which, thank you, Juvie, for everything that you've been
Round
doing.
of
It's
applause
very
for Juvie.
No,
everyone.
seriously.
Thank Juvie.
I tip my microphone to you.
but he somehow finessed like a bunch of extra staff passes for us. Like we should have only had 5.
Yeah, we also were able to get like an extra table for our booth and like some other stuff too. Like the San Japan staff are very nice.
Yeah.
They've been very kind, very accommodating for us. And so we got there a couple of us got there at 8 a.m. to finish setting up the booth. And we got all the decorations set up. We got everything else set up. The game wasn't really set up until around like 11:30.
We had like the very broken parts, because we initially tried putting them on Steam decks to simplify and let us like have access to our devices.
Which it works on the Steam Deck. It's just the problem with the prologue where if you pause while playing with a controller, it breaks the game.
Well-
It still happens on Steam Deck.
It's controller regardless. It doesn't like soft lock you, but so you're able to pause and like do all the menu stuff. But when you unpause, it resumes the game, but you're unable to re-pause, and half the new like things we were showcasing in it was
Involved
the
the
new
pause
menu. Was the new stuff we added.
Yeah, like the
re-
maps.
Did we add the
and-
report card stuff yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, but we added like the new mini map that looks fancy as heck.
Yeah,
I
and
was clicking
the,
through
the
that.
rule
It
book,
looks so clean.
the rules and regulations. Yeah,
That was done by like latest the day.
E-
The entire
everything
thing
everything
was-
with the San Japan demo was done like 2 days before the con.
The only part that wasn't being done like at like that short of notice was like the dialogue parts. Like,
Oh
that
yeah,
was
because
done- that was done, like,
the
3
script had
weeks.
been done by then. So we set up everything at the booth, and we got it running around noon. So a couple hours later, not too many people had come in yet because like everyone
Everyone's getting their
everyone getting passes. We had a couple of people come in. We had Cherry come in early.
Yeah.
To play
Yeah.
the
First
game.
player.
We were able to sign the Ulysses plushie that she
Ulysses
had.
plushie. So I don't know much about Cherry. Who is Cherry?
They were the one that had put in to set up for that the Project Eden's Garden fan meeting,
right.
and she's also very known for like having that plushie be made, and she shares it like all the time. Whenever like I'm not in the chat at the time, she shares it in the Discord. Because like she's so wholesome from the interactions we had.
She's so nice.
I think she also made the Diana fan art of the Oshinoko.
Oh,
Mai Hoshino.
yeah.
Yeah,
What are we
she made
talking-
that.
What's that?
And the Diana print she brought today, like that was like she drew that one too.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, whoa.
I went up to them. I went up to Cherry and like I saw the art. They were in a fantastic Diana cosplay, and I was like, "So you made this yourself? You drew this yourself? How old are you?" And she goes, 16. I went,
16.
"Huh? You're this talented?"
16.
They were when they were playing.
To be fair, how old was Nefast when he joined the team? Like 16?
16.
he was also
Yeah.
True.
So
I think they were 16.
I think it was 16. I mean, he might have been. Well, he was like 16 whenever I joined the team, so he might have been like 15 whenever he was first like contacted to make art for the
So
game.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, we're all just like, or me and Anthony just like moving around like.
If in my like comfortable pose, I can't see like half the people.
Oh
I see.
yeah, oh yeah. So we had everything up by noon, and then Cherry came. Thanks Cherry. We thanked Cherry immensely with the meet and greet.
Yeah.
Hayden brought in a cake shaped like an apple. It said "Thank you, Cherry" on it.
Like
It was
like a Ulysses feather on the top of it too.
oh yeah, it was, and her reaction was so wholesome
I wanted
for
to make
us
her.
thanking her for the amount of work that she's put in.
Yeah, we
just
took
for
we took
us.
so many pictures too.
There was like 5 different angles of like her getting the cake. So many pictures. It was that meet and greet that we just came from. We just came from the meet and greet. That made me just kind of like really feel like happy about everything.
I wanted her to cry.
It was immaculate.
We
I wanted her
made
to weep.
something,
Yeah,
and these people like it.
someone came from Idaho to meet
Yeah.
us. Like they
They're
they
crazy.
didn't just happen to be like, oh, I'm going to San Antonio for this anime country. They came that far to meet us.
That's insane.
That is crazy
certified
to me.
Idaho moment.
Idaho. So
Persian.
shout out to, I don't know the name of that person, but shout out to the person who flew
Yeah.
that far, or drove out, who traveled that far to meet us.
So that's the first
That was
question for that person. Why? Second question. Huh?
yeah. So we had a lot of people on a team dressed up in different cosplays, which was really cool, of both Eden's Garden characters and other anime characters. You were dressed up as Ulysses.
Yeah, I'm still wearing the pants from it. It's like it was a fun cosplay that I had put together like months ago, but like to actually wear it in person with the rest of the team was really surreal, and being able to like have people recognize and want to take photos and stuff.
There goes Anthony. Anthony needed to get some water.
Yeah,
think-
the ducking didn't help, by the way.
I think my favorite part about people here cosplaying the characters from the game is that there's like one moment where a convention goer would come up and we'd introduce them to the game. They sit down, start playing it, and then at the same time, like Sabrina, who's in full Cassidy cosplay, is
Oh,
playing
yeah.
right next to it.
Right
I'm like,
next
just
to
imagine
him.
the moment you're playing and you see a Cassidy and you're just Hold
Hang
on.
on a second.
Duality of
Yeah,
man.
right there.
She's right
Peg
there.
fan versus
She's doing the voices
non-peg
too.
fan.
I love when Cassidy was or Cassidy. I
Sabrina.
love when Sabrina as Cassidy was playing the chapter 1 demo and was like voicing some of the Cassidy
yeah.
lines.
Yeah, like I had recorded when the door got kicked down.
Yeah. That was because she really got into the
Yeah.
super Zuma kick.
Is that a spoiler? Can we say that?
We're gonna talk about the demo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the demo.
So the
I
anime
mean, the,
dance gets at the end.
we've
really blew
been
my mind.
posting pictures of the demo in the Discord all day, so
Will we like
we're
posting like any proper like recorded footage of it, or is it just gonna be like those who are
We've
able
been
to show up?
feeding them. They're getting those screenshots and they're going.
Everyone was
Well,
bullying
okay.
me when I was recording.
okay, so the mindset we have is we've shown it off publicly, so it's fine.
It's free range.
And then we have people in the Discord server with like the bunch of images that we have, like of just like tiny little like screen in the background of the chapter 1 demo, and they're like enhance, analyze,
As it-
who's
as-
gonna die in
As you
chapter
were
1.
saying, as you were
upscale.
saying at one point, it was like there was a Ulysses line at one point. And somebody's arm was blocking like 2 or 3 words.
Yeah, you were doing the Wojak
Oh, yeah,
pose,
that
and
one.
your hand was covering like 2 of the words, and Ulysses wasn't saying anything interesting. It's just like, oh, I'm like really tired or something like that. and someone like added me after I posted that picture. I'm like, because your
I need to
hand's
know
like
what he
covering
said.
2 words, and it's just like I need to know what those words say. This is going to affect everything.
They're like pointing to their
I need
board
to
with the
write my
yarn string. And they have
3-paragraph
just
theory.
2 words circled.
Yeah, because we were told that because some of the pictures were being posted in the Discord server about what was going on, and then people in the Discord server were losing it.
Yeah,
They
no.
were obsessing over it. So several members of the team were contacting us, being like, "More,
Yeah,
keep
like, so-
going,
More.
make
More.
them hungry,
The
let
story-
them
The
feast."
story on
Just
that
let them eat cake.
is that so Snow, the voice actor of Diana, had posted a few pictures of the demo as she was playing, but then after a bit she either lost connection or stopped sending altogether to focus on playing. And then my phone starts blowing up from a DM from Ray, one of our Discord moderators, and then Saze calling me. And it's like she's like up at like 2 a.m. her time in Australia. It's like, you need to keep updating the chat. Everyone's losing their minds.
I have
Why
not
more?
seen
More
this.
so-
pictures. Yeah, people were losing it in the Discord
so
server
funny.
and I was having fun with it because I was just like,
Just
hey,
messing with them.
because like, hey, Robbie's playing the game, and I would make sure to like take a picture of like something at like a very like a fun line or something, or like oh, I haven't taken a picture with like the dorm room in the background or something, or something like that, or like like one of the new sprites, or not a new sprites,
There
but
was
like
also
something.
one where you took like multiple pictures of the line being like typed out, but you chose the one picture where the line has not finished yet.
Oh yeah, so it was one of
Was
the,
that the-
rules and regulations.
Yeah.
And I took a picture. I was just randomly taking pictures, and I sent this one, and it was one of the rules and regulations saying like don't damage property, and it wasn't done printing it out. Like the text speed wasn't fully done. So like the next line of like the next sentence is like don't destroy property, and then it started saying the next line, which I think was like
It's
except exceptions can be made or something like that, and it only come up with like the exe.
Oh yeah, they were like
Yeah, it
all
didn't
caps,
finish.
Except like
It
what do you
didn't
mean
finish.
except?
It didn't finish. So everyone was just like, "What do you mean accept? What is that?" And they were freaking out over that.
The mind calculations are going crazy.
I think it was also the Humbug who made.
Oh
a
yeah,
theory.
Humbug's gone crazy.
Yeah, he's gone crazy.
Yeah.
again.
He's losing their goddamn
he
mind.
wrote a novel in the chat
He
today.
aged
He was
minutes.
going for. He was going off on the theories and also making new theories, while also like going back on old theories that he had. It was crazy.
Humbug aged at like 2 years today.
For context, for those who don't know, Humbug is
He's a
Would it be-
super fan.
would it be right to say a notorious theory crafter in our Discord?
Ultimate theorist.
The ultimate
The
theorist.
ultimate.
Yeah, there you go.
honestly,
Matt,
yeah.
Matt. No,
Give him a new
never mind.
Discord role. The ultimate
Theorist. Yeah. Yeah. So that was.
Oh, he's gonna clip this and like just put this all over his profile.
He's
gonna
like, I got
clip-
called the ultimate
He's gonna
theorist.
put this in his new
So
video.
Humbug,
You know
also
it's
known
happening.
as the ultimate theorist, of Project Eden's
The
Garden.
fact that we
Watching
called him the ultimate theorist, he's going to hold on to that.
Yeah.
He's going to hold on to that like it's everything for him.
Exactly.
So,
Here's your next moment of shine there, buddy.
how long was that video? Was it like an hour and a half or something?
I think it's probably hour 15 around.
I
there.
don't
What?
remember.
What?
His, video essay.
his like analysis video of the
Yeah, I think it
prologue.
was like an hour and 15.
Yeah,
Jamie, pull that up.
and I listened to the entire thing.
Yes,
I did it while I was like doing random tasks. I was just like listening to it in the background. Jeez, some of the people that follow this game are freaking crazy. They'll come from Idaho to see us.
We love y'all crazies.
Shout out to
We all
Idaho.
crazy.
Shout out to Idaho, man.
Shout out to Idaho.
We are so thankful and so grateful for
Incredibly.
everyone who's played the game, everyone who came to the booth to play Chapter 1, the demo of Chapter 1. We had like I love how the day before, like some of the other game booths next to us, like had heard of us and knew that like we
Yeah.
were popular, and we're gonna like, oh, you guys are gonna have a line that's going down the show floor. I'm like, no, we're not, And we had
Yeah.
like, I think at most we had probably like 2 or 3 people that
At
were
a time.
fans that would come in at one point at a time, yeah. But like there was pretty regularly like someone would come up, and if they've never played the game before, they would come in and start with the prologue, and then we didn't tell them how long the prologue was, and they were just sitting there for like half an hour.
Yeah, we actually had to make a note, handwritten note that says, "Yeah, by the way, prologue 3 to 4 hours, Chapter 1 demo 15 minutes."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because people were just like, it's like, oh, it's probably end on its own. Like, no, unless you want to be here for 4 hours or 3
The
hours.
entirety of it.
As there was those 2 people, and as soon as I told them, by the way, the prologue is like 3+ hours.
they got
They
up.
instantly.
Both of them instantly were like, okay.
did
We're
they
out
make,
of here.
like, I
Did
was
they
like,
make
if you
save
wanna
files
continue-
before getting up?
I don't know if those guys did.
I know one person did.
I think what we did is we were just like, hey, if you want to play the rest of the game, here's the QR code, and you can play it on
Yeah.
your own.
Which
we
one?
gave-
There
we
was
gave
one
one.
person that was like genuinely enjoying what he saw of the prologue, and
We-
he
there
like
were peop-
scanned it immediately.
Yeah, there were people like I was watching them. They're like, we're getting like genuine laughter out of a lot of
Yeah.
people, and they were
Like,
smiling the whole time.
When I was watching, like there was one dude that saw Grace punch Damon, and he got like a massive kick out of that.
Yeah, that was great. I think there was whenever Grace said like is that a effing gremlin? He lost it. He thought it was so funny. But yeah, we had a lot of people come, and like people that had never played come up and play in the prologue.
Yeah, that
a
was
lot
that
of,
was surprising.
Yeah, they were just like, "What is this? Like, what's going on?" They like came up and said, "Hey," and I think people were also surprised that we were just giving away a huge poster for free and stickers. And they were just like, "What?" And we have like and it's just like, "Yeah, this game you just played. Here's like 5 of the VAs that are just standing around. We'll
Yeah,
sign it for you."
The whole team here ready to autograph right here.
I remember when Juvie said just like there's like a positive to that where it's just like a lot of people at our booth are just like, wow, people will see like, yeah, there's like a lot of people at this booth, it must be popping. And then there's like the other people that are just like, oh, there's too many people there, I'll go back
Yeah.
later when it's like died down. Also shout out to the team that was next to us like with their game.
Yo,
They were
Gray
great.
Matter, their game Roids is sick. It's like slightly more sophisticated Agario, and that Agario was like my thing. I loved that game. I loved IO
Yeah, like
games.
he had like an hour-long conversation.
Yeah,
with
I
you
the
were-
talked
dude.
to
you
them
were
so
vibing
much.
with
They're
them for a
super
while.
nice people, and they're like, yeah, man, we just like working on this the kind of game I want to. They were literally just playing their own game, which is like I don't see myself playing Eden's Garden just in my free time besides playtesting and just seeing the game. Like I played it through twice and never again. But like, yeah, they just seem super nice and passionate about their thing. It's, they're like, yeah, we just took a truck and delivered everything. They know what they're talking about. They, they're not just paid to be there, and they know what it was like to make the game.
Yeah, they were super nice to us
They
too.
gave one of them, I think,
Yeah, they
like,
gave us
is like a Unity like certified guy or something. Sweden talked to him for a while about like optimizations we can make, and
Because like, there was also Unity guys on the other side of us too.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they gave us some of their stickers.
Yeah.
And then we gave them some of our stickers. We had a really cool like back and forth with them a bit. But yeah, wishlist their game on Steam, by the way.
Roids.
Roids.
Wishlist it.
There'll be
Check
a
it out.
screenshot
Brain
of the
matter.
game.
What did you guys think of the demo?
Yeah, I was very excited for it. My favorite part of the Danganronpa games is just trying to figure out how to break the system. So the thing that I was most looking forward to in the demo was the rules. So very excited to theorize about those.
I thought you were like,
Yeah,
you were,
because-
thought you were like meaning in terms of like breaking the game, as in like trying to find glitches and stuff.
No, like if
What
I
do
was
you
a
think, Andrew?
participant.
We haven't heard a single thing from you. What do you think?
I
man?
didn't play the demo.
Of course.
I was
Fun.
doing
Why
things.
didn't
I
you
was,
say
I was just
anything?
enjoying.
You were
being
just
around.
in the Genshin Impact fit, and you were just.
It was not Genshin.
That was not
Genshin.
Genshin.
What was that?
His
It was-
alpha
It was from Ruby.
Ruby, yeah.
But it
then-
was fun. I feel like we got photos of nearly every staff member playing the game. So tomorrow we just need like a photo of me and Steven just like watching like a trailer or
The
devlog,
video.
just like sitting there like
you
What
guys
is it
at
with
home
what is it
watching
with
other.
the video editors and not playing the game? They're editing videos.
we
about.
were just watching. We like to observe.
They're background
Okay,
observers.
no, personally, it's mainly because I like to just give everyone else a chance first. I don't like being like the person that's like, oh, I'm first kind of deal. So I don't know.
Do you think it'll
I
be-
procrastinate? So I probably procrastinate a little too much.
Do you think you'll be playing it like tomorrow or
Yeah,
the final day?
Definitely tomorrow or the
Dog, I
final
could
day.
just give you it. You can play it like while we're talking and be like, "Wow, it's a game."
Wow,
Yeah,
this is so cool.
everyone on the
live
camera is
commentary.
just gonna see me just.
Yeah, this is
Oh
good.
my god!
I want to go off of one thing that Luz was talking about. I don't think a lot of people actually know the behind the scenes of what you guys are doing with like getting voice lines and recording them, because you guys have no idea what's going on when you guys are getting your line. Like, you guys got your lines for chapter 1 and you have no idea what's going on,
Isn't
even
it
though you
so
recorded
fun?
your lines.
We only know whatever context is given through what our character says. Outside of that, we're not given much.
And on top of that, we might be given false lines, so we really don't even know if what we think is happening is really happening.
Yeah, so obviously we're not going to say, who's going to die or
Should we ask them
who
what
the
they
culprit
think
is in
man.
chapter 1. But so if this isn't allowed, we can cut this out. We can ask about it. But I kind of want to talk about the process a little bit. If we're not allowed to talk about the process, we can cut it out. But so you guys receive your lines, and you guys agreed to the possibility that you might get lines that are fake because of the fact that maybe your character dies or is the culprit. So, and obviously you guys have no idea if that is you at all. How does that make you feel?
Very nervous. Like I didn't. Like I had agreed to the false lines thing, and then sort of forgot about it. But
It's working.
but yeah, it's if with the possibility of false lines, it does make me very scared. Because Ulysses, in my opinion, is a very targetable, early game kill or killer. I don't know.
I think it's just so sweet of the writers to make the experience enjoyable for us. Like, I think every single one of the voice actors applied for the game because they were interested in it. So we were all really looking forward to getting to play the game, and so they've like preserved that experience for us. And that is like I cannot imagine how much time that must have taken them and like what that added onto their plates. But like I just want to say I'm so grateful to everyone who
Yeah,
like
same.
put in the
Like-
extra effort.
Yeah,
The
we
whole-
don't get that experience. We know exactly what's gonna happen, and I think it's rather exciting knowing what happens.
Oh yeah,
And anticipation.
it's
Hating
fun.
what
It's
people will react to it because we know what's gonna happen. It's like watching your friend watch a movie that you really like,
yeah, exactly.
and all the funny parts, and you're like, ha ha ha, and you look to your friend to see their reaction, and they're
like, oh no.
But yeah, like
This is-
regardless
I'll turn it
of
off, I'll turn
if
it off.
my
When does it get good?
character bites the bullet early on or not,
truth bullet.
bites the truth bullet early on or not, The whole process so far, just being able to work with the team has been a blast. It could not have been a greater honor.
Whoever dies, I think I'm gonna be very heartbroken and in need of content. So like I hope that whoever does wind up getting like having
Humbug's
to
gonna make
exit.
fan fiction. Don't worry.
I just hope that like there is like still an opportunity for people to post stuff because I'm like I can't imagine losing any single character at this point.
You're not alone.
What
Yeah.
will happen if like a character dies, like internally, if it's gonna be like, oh, now you're being removed from the all staff channels where like mods, staff, and VAs interact.
I think
or-
there's a plan for that.
I hope we get a release of their fake lines just as an
Oh,
extra.
Yes.
That's a good
Yes.
idea.
That actually,
Release
yeah.
like a second build where they're included.
Yeah, we get two versions.
The alternate timeline.
yeah.
Beat
Where
track.
no one died.
Oh my god, multiple endings?
The Project Eden's Garden multiple universes
Yeah.
confirmed? Question mark.
I would
The
be so
multiverse.
Like
nervous as a
Undertale used
VA.
to where it's like
Project
you get,
Eden's
like, these-
multiverse.
I feel like as a VA, I just feel so nervous because it's just like I might die.
Yeah,
I get it.
definitely.
Doesn't the anticipation
Patient.
kill you?
So for voice actors, if you guys actually get false lines, do you like not know exactly what happens until like
Did
the
you
full
get-
release?
Did we give them fake lines for the prologue?
I don't think so.
No.
Well, okay, the thing about that is I recorded some lines in the prologue that have yet to be used, and I don't know if
I
they're
think
going
those
to be
were
used.
general voice lines.
Were those like the,
for
like the
Bart?
short lines?
Y-
Or
Well, like I mean
As
the
for
one is
myself-
like it's just like my what is the freaking line?
The
Just
Barks?
like my Japanese animes.
Yeah. Like
yeah,
I don't
that's a general line.
No? What?
like is
I don't
is-
remember that being ever in there.
It was in her script.
So like I don't know if that is going to be
Yeah,
used.
Is it in the
This was-
files? It can't
this-
be in the
this was-
files.
It's in the files. Somebody ripped it. That's why it got circulated on the
there
internet.
are videos of each character's like all of their ripped voice lines, and that was
done
one of
like the day after launch.
And
yeah,
Desmond is just like yelling in his. Like there's so
There's
many
a lot of
paid
yells.
yells, and I'm like, are you
them.
okay?
Yeah, I can
Renaco's
definitely
crazy.
confirm because like this was back when stuff was still being shared when like where we could see each other's lines and stuff. So like I was looking through everyone's barks and I saw that one. I was like, dear God, there's a Metal Gear Solid reference in here.
We should have Juve just put in like a little Easter egg line that's in the files, but like
just him.
yeah, but like we don't
Just
say
being
it's
like,
him.
"What's
Like
up,
they hear it and they're
hackers?"
just like, "What is this? It's got to be something." It's like
Oh.
Undertale Gaster.
We
level.
need-
Oh,
They're
this
like-
is gonna. I'm gonna as this.
Fun level at
I,
66.
I'm gonna have so much fun implementing that as like an Easter egg somewhere.
We- no,
that
we
would
need
be
to
so
do-
much
Easter eggs
fun.
in
Waste of our
general.
time.
How many things have we done as a waste of our time in this game that ended up actually
entire
being
event.
in the game? Like there are sounds that I made. I'm just like, hey guys, like the Toshiko flute sound. Like whenever she says like I'm Toshiko Kayura and there's like the little da da da. I did that for fun. I did that as like a joke, and I'm just like, hey guys, here's this cute little flute
But we
sound.
hate cutting content so much
here's
that we
the-
took that and we're like, yeah.
No. It was like here's this cute little flute sound I did for fun, not for anything else. Because I was like I'd finished all the stuff I needed to do for the day. I'm just like, and I'm like playing through the game, just like I think it'd be cute if like Toshiko had this like cute little, because she's like throughout the prologue she has this very like can do like let's go guys, but I'm just like and she's like because of who she is, I felt like a flute would work very well for her and just have like that kind of like that triumphant sort of thing on a flute. I was just like, oh, that's so cute. And then I posted it, and everyone's like, yes, put it in now.
It's like, I made this cute little sound. It's already in the game.
Sweden did it before you even uploaded it.
the new patch is out.
New patch ready to
Flute
go.
sound end.
Also, the Damien calendar.
Dude,
I
was-
cannot believe bro appeared.
I thought that was a placeholder for weeks.
No,
No, it
that's
isn't
And then they
legit.
made the belt, and I was like, so when are we gonna put like an actual calendar? Huh?
No, that's
Huh?
that's
Is
it.
it
That's the
But
calendar.
it's so much like I think I'm over it now because I was like,
I
it's
guess we
kinda
should point it
weird.
out because it's not explicitly said the name of that character. It's not explicitly said. So for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about,
I think
um,
is it actually is that their act like the character's
Yes,
name? Okay,
yes.
it's not. We're not just calling it Damien.
No.
Bubbles.
So for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, whenever in the very beginning of chapter 1, this was in the demo, when Damon goes back to his room and he looks around, above the desk there's a calendar that has a very a very nice looking celebrity on it.
Celebrity.
And he points out that it's just like, well, he is sexy.
Pretty sexy,
like,
but
like
not
Damon
fitting.
says this.
Pretty sexy, but not fitting for a killing game.
Yeah, and he says that, and the official name within the team is that character is Damien. I don't know why that was.
I
The
think it's 'cause
secret
Weeby kept
17
calling
The
him
student?
secret
As it-
17
as
student.
Nefast himself has stated, it was an old, I believe, OC of his.
I think wasn't that like the
Oh.
original protagonist was
No.
Damien?
No,
No.
it was
So.
Was
it's
that
a
just
joke.
a joke? Who was that? What was Damien the
But they were
ultimate?
the,
I
they were the
think-
ultimate
I think
part of
player.
it-
Yeah.
I
He
think
was
part
the
of
volleyball.
I think part of it might have been for the fact that also when Weeby was covering it, she
They'd
never
call her
said
Damien.
Damon's name right for a
It was
bit. She
always
kept
Damien.
calling him Damien.
Oh,
What were we saying?
Damien.
This is basically distractible
Calendar
with more
versus
people.
Calendar.
It's Damien.
Oh yeah, it's misspelled in the demo.
Yeah.
Calendar is misspelled in the demo.
Is it really?
Well, no, because this was the story. Because Sweden put that in, and he put it in as calendar.
Like
With
the
an
proper spell?
AR at the end, yeah, the proper spelling. And I don't know if it's like an Australian thing, but like Soze like looked at it and just like, you spelled calendar wrong. It's CALENDER.
It's like color and color.
And so he's just like, what? And it's like, all right, I changed it. And then we had someone at the booth today point out, just like, calendar is spelled wrong. And then Sweden's just like, ah.
I
I
told you,
wonder if he's
Sazi.
making a new build as we speak.
Just to
Yeah.
fix that one letter.
I mean,
Saze, you put this on us.
Has Soze been sleeping? Has she been sleeping? Like, I feel like she's been awake the entire time
Isn't
this
it-
con has been
isn't it like
experienced.
10
Just
a.m.
trying
There were
to
right
a
now?
lot of
Where
people
they
in
are?
VC during the duration of the con.
Yeah, just try. I think she was just trying to live vicariously through us, which I mean, I understand. She's on the opposite end of the world from us, and we would love to have her here. And I know she would love to be here. But it's just I think she's always been around. She's always been in the Discord like all day long, and it's just like,
Go to bed.
go to bed, like sleep. We're fine. The Discord will be there in the morning.
let us post on the Twitter.
That also, I mean, like we've already mentioned this earlier when Saze was like, you gotta update us more. You gotta post more. I gotta
You
live.
can't
or
just
something
leave
like
them
that.
hanging.
Oh yeah. Any other fun moments you guys had today?
Signing all the posters was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, can we talk about the parking garage event?
Yeah, the police aren't gonna come find us.
What?
Wait,
So-
what?
What happened
So
with
the
the
parking garage we went to, and were you not there? We went to a parking garage to go pick up the posters at where
Oh.
Dakota's staying.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
this
it's
one.
not- yeah.
yesterday.
This-
Oh
yes.
my gosh. Okay, I'm not gonna be
You're
the best
welcome.
one. I'm not the
Great.
best one to tell the story.
All right. Well, so
'Cause we
anyways,
like abandoned you
we were-
guys.
the whole mission was to try to get some. What were we even getting? The
We
posters?
were getting
We
the
were get-
posters
so-
from Dakota's hotel.
Yeah, so Dakota sent the posters to his hotel, and they kept bugging us to be like, "You need to come pick these up." So we went and picked them up.
Gotcha. So this was still we had yet to grab Pap. So we were trying to be really fast, and because of that, Joey was like, "Parking, let's go." And we like pulled into this area with like a gated
Looked like Fight
entrance
Club.
and an exit. Yeah, it was very sus. So he just like pulled into a
And
parking
it
spot.
didn't ask us to pay when we entered.
Right. It was just the door just opened automatically for us, let us in, and the place was deserted. And so he was like, "Cool." So as we begin to walk out, we notice that both of the gates are actually closed. We've been locked in. But as Juve like approaches the exit, it opens for him. So we were like, "Well, is that going to work with the entrance too?"
So we had some people stay behind.
Yeah, Steven and I just like stood in this abandoned like
So
parking
so
lot.
yeah, so it was Juvie, you and me who
We
went to
went-
go get the
yes.
poster. So we went across the street to the hotel. We went in. We talked
We
to
saw the parking that we were supposed to go to.
We talked. Yeah, we did. It was right across. It was right across the street. We talked to the person at the front desk. And it was like, "Oh yeah, it's right over here." It was very very easy, very quick. We grabbed the boxes and we started
They were
heading on our
heavy,
way
like
over.
heavy
In
ones.
the meantime,
Yeah, we watched them as the gate like just closed behind them, and we watched them through the bars. So, like as we were waiting, we saw this sign that very clearly stated private property, like intruders will be towed.
Yep.
Dear
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
We were on the clock.
and there was like other people around, right?
Yeah,
That-
giving us the stink eye, and we were just like trying to look like we were
We're
supposed to be there.
sorry.
Yeah, we were just like, we're like in this parking lot, like this is
Yeah,
correct.
and then we
Oh,
and then we
no.
got back, and then you guys are like, "We need to get out of here now."
I know.
And I'm just like, okay.
You're not supposed to be here.
What was
That would be an even funnier episode if we went to jail.
No, and everyone
I
was
was,
saying,
We went into
I
a
was
court,
joking with
like, in
Juvie
the
about
jail
that.
cell.
So just like, remember when I said it's like everything will be fine. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Everyone was
saying-
Not even day one of the comp. We are jailed.
we could do the
Dude,
podcast
for,
in there.
for
So
I
trespassing.
think one
been
of you was like,
canceled.
"Dude, this is gonna look so terrible to the community." Someone
Yeah.
said that.
I don't think anyone would be surprised, actually.
Honestly, like Nat 20 charisma from Juve again, because like one guy just like literally walked past us and was just like this, and he was just like, "Yeah, how you doing?" and just like continued to walk to his car, and like after that, nobody bothered us.
To be fair, he did the same thing today when we were trying to park as well, because he was trying to find parking, and
he knows how to work at the charm.
he pulled into and ended up being the Hyatt parking lot. So you had to be a guest at the hotel, and he pulled down there, and I'm like, I don't know if this is the right parking lot. He's like, don't worry, I got this. And he's like talking,
and then
to
he hits the window button.
and he hits the
We're
window
like,
button, and he's just like, hey, thing, and it's just like, and then the lady's like, are you here? And he's like, are you at the thing? And he's like, no. He's like, oh, you can't park here. And he's like, okay. And as we're driving away, because it's like the second time Juvie has like tried to like use like
parking is not supposed
use
to.
like charm, like charisma to try to get like give anyone. And it's just like Texas ain't gonna let you do that, honey. That's not how this works.
Although
It
people are
does
pretty
work.
nice in Texas.
Sometimes, like he got the passes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
I feel like Juve could just walk into my house and I'd look at it and he would just be like, and I would just
Like,
let him come
"Hey,
in
what's
and
up,
eat some
man?"
food, and he'd just be like,
He's like,
He immediately
pizza's
goes
in
to
the
the
fridge,
fridge,
right?
and
Yeah,
is just
yeah.
like making himself
he
a
just
sandwich.
nods at me. I'm like, oh, okay, do
Like,
your
oh,
thing.
you're yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Here.
That man is the Rizzler.
Absolutely.
He can walk into a place that's like strictly prohibited, like, and just like be able to talk his way out easily. Like
I believe it.
He could like
If you do anything confidently enough, if you do anything confidently enough, it will be yours. That's just how it is. I
Like,
guess that's how
I'm
it is.
supposed to be here.
like-
Am I being held up right now?
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm free to go, officer, right? Okay, cool.
Juve
Oh,
could
yeah.
go to
But,
the
like,
Alamo. and
What she said about like, just acting like you're supposed to be there and everything is going exactly according to plan and nothing has gone wrong.
The amount of times I've heard this man say, "It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission."
Yes.
Juve could go to the Alamo and say, I need to get into the basement, and they will dig a basement for it.
Can
Right
we
there.
talk about? I don't think you two were there, but can we talk about the road back last night?
I drove, so there was like some other event going on, and
It was a
so-
concert. There was a concert
Yeah.
happening.
It was a
Yeah.
concert.
Morgan.
It was I forget.
Marco Freeman.
I looked it up last night. I can't remember what it was.
Some country or something.
I thought it was like I don't remember.
It was popular. is what
Yes,
was.
it was very popular.
Yeah. There were just a lot of people walking and like people just like flagging people like, oh, you can go now this way, and like ignoring the street lights.
They had
and
the
then
little lightsabers.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it
they're
was
little
weird.
lightsabers, and so then it's like, okay, tell them to turn this way to the Airbnb. Oh, we can't go that way. I guess I'll keep going. I still can't turn right. I guess I'll keep going, and this
But then we
continued for
read
some
the
time.
And then we actually
signs.
read the sign that says "No through traffic."
Well, this was even
Yeah.
more than
And
that.
again, we're supposed to be there.
These were just straight up cones across. Like, we hadn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
gotten there yet, and then we get to one part. They are actively starting to put up cones in front of us, and we
my
gotta go there
God.
watching them put down cones.
You're like standing in front of your car, like while it's moving towards them, just like, nope.
They're like, oh,
You
nothing's
can't
You
go
wanna
in
try
here,
it?
bro. You can't go in.
Do
here.
you want
Yeah.
to try it?
The
And
cones
then we
are
get to
filled
the-
with cement.
We get to the through traffic one, and they've coned that one off too. So I have to go to the next one and circle around. I thought I wasn't gonna be able to get
A
home.
5 to 10 minute drive back to the Airbnb took like 20 minutes. It
Yeah,
was
we did so many
ridiculous.
circles around here,
But
bro.
now they removed the things. Now we're good in the
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
My favorite part though was when like you started down one road, saw the blockade, like reversed, stopped at the stop sign.
Oh yeah, when we were first leaving. Stop at the stop sign.
Just continued to reverse into a 3.2.
Yeah, I didn't see any cars. I was like, I guess I could just drive backwards.
We reversed. Okay, so we turned at a place that the end was blocked, and we were going to reverse
Anthony's
out.
checking the cameras, by the way.
Anthony. Yeah, okay, so at the end of the road, there was blockages, and Andrew needed to back out. But there's a stop sign because it was an intersection, and so Andrew goes, oh, wait, hang on, I gotta stop. So we stop going backwards, and then we're like, okay, 1, 2, 3, and then we keep going backwards. It's like, what are we doing?
It's like, oh yes,
I
you
follow
also
the
follow
rule.
stop signs
Follow stop
while also
sign.
going in reverse.
It was so fun. I mean, there was no one around. We were fine. But yeah, it was crazy. There's just a lot of construction, even on the walk to like the convention center. Like we were taking like dips down to the river walk and then back up and in and out, and it was kind of cool though. Nice, lots of fun stuff to look at.
Yeah.
Lots of cats.
Yeah.
There's lots
Oh,
of
You
yeah.
saw like 7 or 8 cats on
Yeah.
a walk there.
There were cats in front of a CVS that had their own Instagram account. They just had a QR code there.
Oh, I've seen like stuff like that. There's one in my like hometown where there's like a lawyer who has like her cat always like sits in the show front, the front of the store. Because the light hits it. Storefront.
Yeah.
And thank you. Because the light
Like
hits a certain
grass.
way, so the cat's always just there napping. So she put like Oliver the cat on like the front of the window thing, and has like a Facebook page and stuff. And every
would do
time
the
I
same
walk
thing.
by, it's just like, oh yeah, that's so cool.
We should have a Damien calendar, like post that like.
Why don't we make like an actual like Damien calendar?
You're on to something.
Like a
I-
2024 Damien
I
calendar.
would get-
and
totally
then
get-
also the horses calendar.
Fast would get the art done for that.
That would be
so
done
fast.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
It would be done
basically.
All right,
tomorrow.
Have it
Fast,
at the
you know your
booth by the
greatest
end of the
strains.
It's already
Go.
prepared.
Yeah.
You just don't know
right now.
about it.
Everything for the panel is set up. Me and Juvie got all that figured out. So the people who work for the like the tech guys who work for the panel, super nice guys. So they're letting us set up our stuff for the panel like ahead of time, like the night before. So and like make sure it's like a test to run everything. Also, they gave us the biggest ballroom for our panel.
Yeah, I
Dude,
didn't
we're
check it
about
out
to break it
myself,
down.
but the image
It's
that y'all showed,
intimidating.
it's
There are
massive.
several hundred there's several hundred chairs in there. There are 2 large projectors on each side. Have you not seen it?
It's gonna
No,
go
I
so
didn't know there were the
hard.
big projectors.
Oh,
What are we
there's
gonna put
2
up there?
large projectors.
We have a slideshow prepared.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's not like an important. It's just kind of like objectives.
Yeah.
It's not like.
Hey, Lily, get over here. Say hi.
That is fair.
We have another person here who's doing stuff.
Lily
The secret
Spades. You'll
seventh
see them
The
dorm.
later.
secret
Damien?
7th student in the dorms.
And somewhere in
Did
these
they order
dorms, the
food?
one they call the Ultimate Lily. To get back on topic, that panel room is massive.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking so forward to being a freaking ghost town, or do the Shia LaBeouf live thing where it's like we do our thing, and then the camera slowly turns to the audience, and it just has one person being like,
Oh yeah.
and then we can make that into a GIF and overthrow the original Shia LaBeouf.
Oh my god.
World
Who
domination.
would be the one
baby.
clapping?
It's supposed to be like a. It's him.
Steven, yeah.
It's him. So yeah, I think tech-wise, everything for the panel should be figured out.
Should be.
Yeah, you're just like, yeah, you got everything ready for the panel, and I'm just like, what are you talking about?
You ready to
How do you
live
even
stream this
start?
thing? We might.
I don't know if we're dead. I mean, by the time this goes out, they'll know if it was like streamed or not. Probably
Mhm.
not. I'm prioritizing a recording, which
Mhm.
I don't know if it'll be up by the time this podcast is up.
Do we need to post process that at all?
No, it'll probably be up before this is up because this is going to take a while.
This will take a bit of editing. The panel itself is like I might just do a couple cuts here and there.
We could just pretty much just
Yeah, because
said-
that needs to basically just exist as is. So, and this is going to be cut out because the amount of times that Anthony's been cursing needs to be removed
shut
from
the
this. You know what? One of my favorite things to see all day long, and yesterday too, because we were one of the first people here. So as we were like seeing more and more people come in, we started to see it's just like, oh, this person's coming in now, this person's coming in now, and then when that happens, it's just like, oh, there's a new person. Then that person comes, and it's just like, oh my gosh, hi, and then
Yeah,
like
all
there-
the hype when
that
people
person,
come.
it's so exciting, and then they hug everybody, and it just
Yeah.
it's all so wholesome because
and it repeats
none of
like
us,
16
almost none of us,
times.
almost none of us have met in real life beforehand. Like some of us have, obviously, but the majority of us, I thought you were all just voices in my computer. Honestly,
I thought y'all were ones and zeros.
I
It's
didn't
like
feel
an even more wild experience for me since this is my first convention altogether.
Yeah.
Oh,
And like
yeah.
to be already like be with such a big group of people I know from online and be like signing stuff. Like this is surreal.
And like not just
Yeah, your first convention experience is not as a guest. It is like I have a pass that gives me access to
Dude, that was
things.
such a
made
power
it.
You have power.
that was such
really
a power
made it.
trip. That was the first time I could ever walk into a place, flash
Just
a
be like,
badge,
I'm allowed
and
in
just
here, and they're
keep
like, yep,
going.
go on in. And
they
it's
don't
like
ask
other
for an
people
ID,
not
no questions
allowed.
asked, like you're important. Go.
Crazy. Do you want to talk about the meet and greet? We didn't really talk about it in depth. We kind of talked about it a little bit.
Yeah,
Cherry.
just
We talked
a
about
couple
Cherry.
things
We did
saw.
talk about Cherry, but
talked
that was
about the Idaho
only
squad.
because of her and also kind of for her, which was very cool.
And
I signed.
we got screwed. I mean, we didn't get screwed because they wouldn't know, but the Danganronpa meet and greet was happening at the same time.
Yeah.
So, like,
Uh,
all the people who came to our meet and greet chose us over them, and they are like almost certainly Danganronpa fans themselves.
Oh,
which
yeah.
was really incredible.
I thought it was late. I thought it was a later date.
it could be that they had two.
It might be actually.
Because I
no,
saw
you-
that
I think-
today they had a Genshin Impact meeting at the same time as ours, but tomorrow there's also another Genshin Impact, so there could be duplicates.
I
Maybe I'm
understand.
wrong though.
How
Fact check
many
me.
did
I
we
might.
have?
know.
You
just
said
be
like a maximum
completely-
of 25. There was definitely more than 25.
Yeah, definitely.
But like
There was way more.
was so
there
much
was
more-
enough
it was a
space for
big
that many
room.
people.
Like I don't think they were checking if there was like overcapacity.
Yeah,
that
and-
was like a 2020. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think. Yeah, and I don't think we were being like rambunctious or anything. We were just getting photos and
The loudest
signing
thing there
things
was the
and
music.
stuff. Yeah, we also someone was playing like music from the OST.
Yeah,
Once
that
that,
was
hit,
awesome.
it was just
Oh,
like
that
I
made
was,
the whole-
everything
give
so
the-
nice.
yeah.
Just having OST
The
songs.
mood immediately changes in the room when that started
I
coming
was
on.
getting
Yeah.
great-
Justin, did you have like a trigger panic attack or something? It's just like, who played this?
I was just like, it was just like I have been sitting for hours mastering and listening to these songs, mixing them in the game. Oh no, they're following me.
yeah, it just
They're still
echoed.
Everywhere I
here.
go, I see their face. Robbie.
Oh yeah, and like here's a stressful thing for me is I am responsible for all of the tech for all of these podcasts. So all of the cables you see on the floor, yeah, that's my fault.
Does
and
the camera see them?
deal with it.
Yeah,
That
the
one
camera-
does.
That one does.
Did you start recording on that one?
Yeah, I restarted it. Yeah, so that should be fine.
No, we've just
long have
photoshopped
we
these out.
How long has this been so
Just like
far?
copy the pattern.
It's been
from
about
there.
an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. We can go
Clearly,
for
yeah.
like probably like another 10, 20 minutes. Like start wrapping up things. What are you guys excited for the next 2 days?
So tomorrow is Rainforest Cafe dinner.
Tomorrow's Rainforest
Yeah,
Cafe.
and
Tomorrow's
I'm,
also.
I'm so
podcast.
ready for that.
We're recording a podcast with Weeby. None of us are going to be in the podcast because we're already in a podcast.
Hi.
Yeah, we're like
I'm a
swapping
me.
out
I'm
and
going to
stuff.
be there because I'm the tech guy. So
You're just not in
I'm-
it.
I
I'm
wish
not
you
gonna be
the
in it,
Best
no.
of luck making that audio
No.
work.
no.
Are you
Yeah, in the
doing the
comments.
podcast in the Rainforest Cafe?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay.
I
I'm like,
really
No,
hope
good
If
not.
luck.
someone said we're doing the podcast in the Rainforest Cafe, I'm like, I'm going to throw you in the killing game.
You are going in the river.
You are going to be the next victim in the killing game.
Get in the elevator.
has been discovered.
You are the body that's being discovered.
special ambient
No, we're
noises.
doing it in Hayden's hotel or
Robbie's.
Robbie's
Yeah,
hotel room.
Robbie's.
Robbie's hotel room.
Wrong
Weeby
composer.
is coming by, and it's going to be her and seven others of us that are there.
I think the plan was to meet Weeby at the booth and
Yeah,
then
we're all
go?
going to meet at the booth and then head over to there. So yeah. I don't know how that's relevant to this episode. So tomorrow we're going to Rainforest Cafe. We're recording with Weeby. Those are the main things.
I'm
or
excited for the panel on Sunday. Even
Oh,
though, like
yeah.
I'm not in it, but I'm excited to just be one of the like 5 people in the crowd. And be like, I know those people. Wait, that's nice. So I'm just gonna be like so excited.
The one thing that I'm excited for, I have no idea if we're going to be doing this when this releases, probably, but at the Rainforest Cafe, there's a boat ride.
Oh,
I would love
Oh,
if
yeah.
everyone
I didn't know
did
that.
the boat ride. That would be so cool. I think it'd be so fun to have everyone on the boat ride, take a bunch of pictures and whatnot. I think that'd be fantastic.
How big is the boat?
I cannot wait.
Big enough.
yeah.
Big enough,
I
that's
feel
all I need
it
to
might be
know.
hard to coordinate, but
If we're all already there, I don't know if you need reservations though.
We have a reservation.
we have, like, a
For just
reserva-
eating there, not
Right.
it's not.
boat.
Yeah, it's just kind of the.
We'll just say, hey, We'll just flash the badge. That doesn't work there.
Junpei could probably get it worked out.
He
Yeah,
could.
Junpei could drive the
Junpei's
boat.
like, all right, I know.
Drive the boat.
He's like, I know the max capacity is 5, but can you let 19 on?
It'll be fine.
Take all like 20
I'll
of
be
us.
personally responsible. I'll pay anything.
Money is
Oh,
no
by the
issue.
way, can we
Money
just have
is
a
no
thing?
issue.
Can we just have a thing?
So we're about winding down here.
Follow me on Twitter, please.
One, I guess you could plug stuff at the end of this if you want to.
Where can people find you?
Well, let's do one last question, and I think this is probably a good one to kind of have each person have like more of a personal kind of thing rather than specifically this trip. What with this game, the whole experience, ever since maybe before you start, before like when you first heard about the game to today, what is like your favorite thing about being a developer, voice actor, person that has worked on this
You
project?
can't do that to me, man.
Nobody.
I feel like I have to ask that question because we have to make it more than just this trip.
Does
Just
anybody,
this trip.
does anybody already have an answer? 'Cause I need time to
go
think
in
of
any
mine.
order.
My plan is we're not stopping at just San Japan. We're doing more stuff like this, either bigger or comparable to it.
It's not going to be next year though. It's going to be.
Hey,
We would need time to
I make
prepare.
the calls around here, okay? If it's next, I don't think we'll do next year unless like
All right.
I want to get it more well prepared. I think like we started playing this back in like April. I wish we would have started back in like February.
We should have planned it in September the year before.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we're gonna do a postmortem, like everything we wish we did wrong.
Yeah, we're already
better,
doing that.
Everything we
things
wish
that
we
we
did
did
wrong.
good.
We should be planning next year now, honestly.
But yeah,
But going back to the question, I can start if nobody else wants to.
Go ahead.
I first found out about this game on YouTube from the announcement video, and this is around the time after I've been out of college for a bit for audio engineering, kind of looking around for games to be a part of. And I had just played I just basically like during COVID had played like all the Danganronpa games like in a row, including Ultra Despair Girls.
hey, that one wasn't so bad.
I
think
liked
they should
Ultra
make
Despair
another one.
Girls. I liked Ultra Despair Girls.
I mean, there's parts they should have cut.
But
But if they made another one, I wouldn't be mad.
I feel so bad for Matt Mercer.
Yeah, I know.
Matt Mercer
voiced-
voices Haiji Toa,
Yeah.
who is canonically and says it himself very proudly in character that he is a pedophile.
What the?
Yes.
Yeah. But
So I had played all the Danganronpa games during COVID. Well, I had played the first one years before, and I had played the rest of them in COVID. And I was, I had graduated. My final year of college was when COVID started, and there was nothing. I had nothing, and there's still kind of nothing, but still, I was like no hope whatsoever, full of despair, you might say.
As you may
you
say.
said the funny word.
I was the true despair. And I found the trailer about a month after it dropped. And I was like, oh, this looks cool. Danganronpa fan game. And it looks really well made. Congratulations on the video, by the way.
Thank you.
We did
job,
very
man.
well
Very
on
well
that.
done.
You're the
Um,
reason most of us are here right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very true.
How does that make you feel?
I mean,
Yeah, let's move on to you.
in a way, I feel like it was the original director who I didn't come up with it. I just kind of,
You just
at
did
the
it.
time it was like just a commission for a little thing. Like this will kind of go into my answer to the question. Like at first it wasn't that big of a thing because to me it was just like a regular little video commission. Like, well, it wasn't little. It was kind of difficult and it took time, but I was like so impressed. I'm just like, you're telling me this artist is 16? They made
yeah,
everything in this video. So I was like, I'm like, this is great, but like, it was a very small team and I did it. And the video is kind of getting popular, but I kind of stepped away from the game at that point because I'm like, I made your commission video. It was kind of a one and done
Yeah,
thing. I never talked to the
it's-
director.
It's 1.8 million views right now.
Oh, it's almost 2 million.
Dude,
Yeah.
remember when we
I couldn't
first hit 1 million
imagine.
views? And we're like, yeah. Now it's almost at 2 million? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like later on that I kind of watched the team grow, and then Taco took charge, and because I was kind of following on Twitter, so I kind of kept up, and I like it was ages until I was ever a part of like staff officially.
Yeah,
I think
Mm.
it was like once. It was like a blue moon whenever you joined the voice calls, and it's like, dude, it's Andrew.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
now
the guy
it's
who
like
made that one
the
Danganronpa video.
Andrew.
Now
has
it-
a role in the Discord now.
Yeah, I know, it took me forever to get that role, and because they were just like, we need to make you like do a task first, so you've officially like done something for the team. And I think they were just like, can you give us like a video version of the elevator shot to like put in the game or something, like with a static camera? Oh yeah, sure. It took like 20 seconds. Okay, here's your video editor.
Funny
roll.
thing with
Roll
that,
required.
I had ripped assets from Eden's Garden to make the VR chat world.
Oh yeah.
I came across that video. I used Wallpaper Engine to make it my wallpaper.
Yo, let's
it was
go.
yeah, they have like the students separated from the background, so I found the image of the students and put them all in there.
Nice.
It's so cool.
Yeah, but I think my favorite part is when I went in and like finally made the prologue trailer. That's when I felt like I finally made something that was really like for the team that it is now, and like I felt like I was like, yeah, I felt a bit more like I belonged. Not that I hadn't made a thing for it before, but it was like under old management, and so I didn't really know any of the team.
Now
I
it's like under brand new team. It's like, okay, I'm actually part of the team.
yeah,
now.
I'm part of this team now, and so that felt really nice, and I'm looking forward to maybe hopefully doing more.
I have bad news, Andrew. You're gonna be on this project for a long while.
Let's go. Let's go. So yeah, I'd
Bad
say
news,
that's
you're
the bit
stuck
I
with
loved
us.
most. That was my
Project Eden's Garden
point.
brain rot is real and is occurring
Very true.
as we speak.
Anyway, back to my despair.
Your ultimate despair.
I mean, basically, the story is I was just going to say I was in a bad spot, and I was like, oh, are they looking for people? Like, I guess a fan game would be a good way to get some experience. And they were looking for a sound effects artist. And I basically got hired pretty quickly. And then after like 2 years of like trying to like kind of figure most of this out by myself and like the ups and downs of the project, and like getting to meet everybody and just kind of finding a lot of like close knit community within the team and the community, and for all of that to culminate in just coming and actually seeing all of you in person.
Yeah, this
That's
has been a
it
long
really
ride.
puts it into
crazy.
perspective. Like, oh crap, this is a thing being made by all these people almost all across the globe.
It also really makes me feel it. I had imposter syndrome for a while when it came to this. I don't know if anyone else did, and I was just I didn't feel like I belonged. But everyone else on the team, whenever I would post anything about like my work, I would get so many people in all caps being like, "This is amazing, great!"
Do you
And
ever
it was
get
just
explain
so
the
it was
one
so
compliment?
heartwarming to like have so many people that I like respect their work, because like Nefast has been on the project for so long, and when Nefast comes in and be like, "Oh my god, that's so cool," it's just like, what?
I
Dude.
watched your video on like the sound effects for the elevator and the
Yeah.
sound effects
Dude,
for the
that-
menu.
yeah,
That's
you need to
sick.
put- are
Like
those
all
on
that, like the
YouTube?
randomly generated.
Yeah, I
stuff.
posted those on YouTube. Yeah,
Dude, I cannot wait for chapter 1 stuff because you go hard in some of them.
yeah. Oh
just have to
yeah.
see.
Did we?
Your sound effects is like, you know exactly what you're doing, because the recent devlog that I made, I was scrambling to get it done, and I sent that one video to you, and it was like I was getting ready to go to work, and I sent it to you. I was like, I trust you, I know what you're doing, and so you sent it back to me, and I was like, thank you, this is beautiful. This is perfect. This is exactly what I was
Perfection.
wanting.
I didn't put a lot of effort into the sounds for the devlog, but I had people like even like just random team members being like, "The sound effects were really good," and I'm just like, "Yeah."
Did we get like in all caps Yas from Saze?
Yes. Nar.
Just in general, like the staff is so supportive, and like they definitely will give you like constructive criticism when needed.
They will
Yeah.
tell you how they feel.
Oh,
But at the
boy,
same
don't
time-
get me started.
Yeah, it's balanced with just like genuine enthusiasm, and it's so wholesome. Like it's so inspirational.
I mean, like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're nice to each other, but we know when to tell each other, like, no.
Yeah.
We want the game to be good. We don't want to half-ass anything.
or
Nothing's
o-
half-ass.
or overdo stuff.
No, sometimes we overdo some things.
I think
Calendar.
my favorite part in all of this was when I was making the VA reveal trailer.
Oh,
I
God.
when I was making that, I actually, most people don't know this. I did not have contact with the VAs. I was not able to talk to anyone. I knew who they were. I know who was voicing who. Couldn't talk to them though. And so Snow was the only one that I knew I knew she was gonna get insta-casted as Diana. I knew that instantly. But she didn't know that. And so or did she? Because I was talking to her and she was like,
had no idea.
okay. Because
No, she had no idea. She, according to what I've known, I think this was in Blaze's video, in their video, where they say that like they were in a call with her or something, like because she was so nervous that she didn't know if she got the
Yeah.
part.
when I was making the VA reveal trailer, everyone, or at least Snow, was saying that everyone was really supportive. And I took 2.5 months to make that video, mainly because I was in college and I'm a biology student, so I was dying. But I was making the trailer, and everyone was just supportive, and I was like, I'm going to try everything.
How many views
Posted
does
it.
it have now?
I haven't checked.
Jamie, pull it up.
Oh my gosh.
Let me double check actually. The trailer has 174,000 views. And just to let you know, before this Project Dean's Garden, I did not do any video editing at all. As soon as I joined the server, that was the first time I opened up After Effects. Not even joking. Really.
Wow.
Whoa.
think
You
did
were able
pretty
to
good
do
for your
those
first
like
try.
character
No
animations?
shot.
I'm serious.
What did you use before? Vegas?
I used to use media. No, it was like a separate version of Sony Vegas, but it wasn't called Sony Vegas. It was like
Is
media.
it kind of like Photoshop
Was
elements?
it like
in that?
Sony
Magic's
Movies
Vegas
version?
or Magic's Vegas or something like
Was
that?
that it?
No,
Sony Movie Studio?
it could have been that.
Like the game, like the ones on Steam?
No. It wasn't like that. But I used that, and that was like my first time video editing. But I didn't know anything. Didn't know terms. Didn't know how to move things. Didn't know anything what to do. I just made it because I was like, something to do. I should actually backtrack and say that opening the After Effects was not the first time. Like when I was in the server, I made. I'm losing the word right now.
Video.
Video. No. What's the whenever music channels?
The visualizer?
Yeah, the
Oh,
visualizer,
yeah, yeah.
sound visualizer. I made those, but that was
Right.
because I wanted to understand how After Effects work, and I was also a music producer for a minute, and
Plug your stuff.
plug my stuff.
I'm joking.
I did-
Unless you want to.
Follow on Twitter?
I have not produced music in a couple of years now, but I want the first time I opened up After Effects was to make visualizers for that. And when I went into the Project Dean's Garden server, that's when I started, like, first time started animating characters. Never did that before. Ever. So
So
That
are
took
you
you-
like the person like in like experience time, the like least amount of experience before being hired as a staff member?
probably.
That's crazy.
I
I mean,
actually
Wow.
Do you know how to
that's
video
not a
edit?
knock
I
on
know how to
you.
press-
That's like a dub, bro.
No, I know.
That's a huge dub.
I actually first applied for music producer because that was the only experience. Thankfully, I didn't get hired for that because I would probably ruin it. But I started to, like I said, start animating the characters, and I could probably put up like what my first animation was like on the screen right now. And
Editor, put that in.
I'm the editor.
Steven.
He is the editor, you fool.
Steven, you might want to
Steven, can you edit, can you edit
Should I
like
put
a
it in?
right now. I opened up a laptop.
Steven,
Okay.
can you do like camera tracking and put like a dinosaur in the room and just occasionally just
I will
walks
promise you.
Make
it
sure the
is
lens
not
flare is
happening.
right here, and it's like crazy.
That's your
Dude.
thing.
Getting back on
You
topic.
pass it.
Pass it. Okay. Anyways, I completely lost track. So the first time I started animating characters was the first time that I joined the server. That was it. And as soon as I got hired, the first thing that I ever did was make the music videos. So the Hayden illustration for the music album art tree thing, Hayden, the hair for him animating was the very first thing that I created for the team. And I did the visuals, I did the visualizer as well. I did all of that. And that was the very first project that I did for the team.
I think it was pretty good for a
Project
first try.
Hayden's
Oh
hair.
yeah, very good.
For the VA reveal trailer though, that was like me putting every skill that I've ever learned to the test. I animated 16 characters, which is the reason why it took 2.5 months.
17.
17 with Tozu.
No, Taco did the Tozu one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because that's why the animation style is a bit different.
Oh,
I
yeah,
actually-
because we animated it for the
Reveal.
Tozu like design.
Redesign?
Yeah,
change
redesign,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going to reanimate it, but Taco was like, "Nah, just use it." I was like, "Okay, fine." So I did 16 characters, all animated, exactly how I wanted it to be. And it turned out that I made a couple mistakes. I was like, "Oh no!" But even then, I still
No
think.
one noticed.
Well,
Well-
some people did.
Well, they did notice, but they were silenced.
But that was probably the best thing that I've ever done for the team because it was.
Well, guess what? That's gonna change pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what I'm referring to.
We'll find out along
Are
the
you
way.
gonna do
I
better?
do.
What about you two?
We gave you time to think. Now
Yeah,
think
you have
about
had
it.
time. You've had time to
You've had,
contemplate.
like 10 minutes.
It's been longer than that.
Honestly,
What was the question?
What
personally,
is
I
the
think it's
game?
like all. Even though we're barely a part of the way through it, this whole thing with the convention has been easily the best thing. But in terms of like outside of the convention, doing my recording for the prologue was fun, but being able to do we did live direction for my lines for chapter 1. That was an awesome experience. With Sase was actually directing me for chapter 1.
Yes.
It was a really fun experience. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I guess for me, it's just been like the process of watching everything come together because it's so interesting to see when people like post individual assets. Like I think most often we see this with like the artist like posting something they've drawn, and then all of a sudden just to get to see that paired with like everything else that everyone's made. I just feel so humbled because I feel like as an individual, you look at the scope of your own project and what you've like committed to and produced, and it doesn't feel like a lot, and then all of a sudden you see it in the context of the whole, and it's just mind-blowing and just like a testament to everyone's skill.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in the game that I didn't like by itself, but when it all is together, it's like this is freaking awesome.
Yeah, like didn't you say the first time you had played the prologue with voices in, it completely changed how you
well,
felt?
when they
yeah.
added like barks in the main voice lines, it
It's
changed
like, this
the
is a
whole
Danganronpa
thing.
game.
Because like
'Cause I-
forever it was completely
Because I
silent.
remember, like, I feel like I can say this. In August, before the prologue released, the game was basically stood up, ready to go. Like, you could play it from start to finish.
The only thing was just
We were missing, like, some art assets, and there was no audio. Just because we never... Because not all
just
the
wasn't
not all
done
the
yet.
not all the music was in, and not all the sounds were in yet. And then by the time October hit was when all the music was getting implemented.
like it
All
was
the sound effects were getting
like the
implemented.
game was gold, but it still needed
All of the
polishing.
voice lines were fully in by then. And then once the game had sound was when people were like, oh,
Now it's like
Oh my
now it's
God.
like a
The
game.
vibes.
It's not just a glorified slideshow; it's a game.
yeah. And it was also heartwarming like for people to like reach out for me and just be like, the mixing is so good. It's so you edited our lines so well. And I'm just like,
He's just doing his job,
you
man.
I feel like you guys are still lying to me. Like this is, I still don't think this is real.
I
I
will
think
say-
you all are pranking
if,
me
if
still.
he could, he would just go back and redo all of it again.
Like, yeah, there are people that are, I don't, someone told me this, is just like, I don't think the game would be as polished as it was if the audio wasn't as amazing as, in their opinion, the way I made it sound.
I mean, audio's half the experience.
Because
you know?
like there's like a study that happened that it's just like if like someone's watching a video, if like the video quality is bad but the sound is amazing, that's like, oh yeah, it's fine. But if the video quality is like pitch like amazing, crisp, but the audio quality is worse, they're like, oh, this is so
Yeah,
bad.
they're,
Like
like,
it's
completely taken out of
you
it.
can't like they're just like this
That's
is
like games-
unwatchable.
Because like I have my gripes with like the graphics in our game, but the audio is definitely like it enhances it almost.
I'm
Does
glad.
that
I'm
make
glad.
any sense?
What about you? What you didn't answer the question of
I think I kind of answered like, I joined in like May of 2021. Like when did the trailer premiere? 2020 or 2021?
2021 January.
2021. And so like nothing. I think the only model that was done, or at least like had any progress on, was the trial room. And like one of my first tasks was making the janitor's closet. And then I went through and did all the storage closets. And then I think I was tasked with like, fixing like geometry on the trial room, making it lower and better overall. And like there was a long period of time to where like, yeah, but then there'd be like sometimes it'd be like really slow and like I wouldn't have anything done, and then I'd have these bursts, and it's like when we started getting the builds when like things were like mainly untextured, just placeholder. I was like, oh shit, this is like happening. I'm not just because like all the other projects I've worked on in the past either got canceled or like my projects lost motivation for. Like I had just canceled one of the projects I had been working on for like 3 years prior and to work on, and then I started working on the game on Eden's Garden. And so it's very like, okay, my efforts aren't all in vain. I lost those, the whole like, these projects walked, in which case died. So Eden's Garden could run, and it's like those things died. So Eden's Garden, I learned all the skills, gone through the hardships of making things, because like I would put a ton of effort, and there's like like 3 games worth of 3D models made that are never going to see the light of day. Although I think I did repurpose some of the models from those projects into Eden's Garden. Like there's that one model I talked to, I think it was Hayden I talked about repurposing into Eden's Garden, because it's like, I mean, it's never going to see the light of day otherwise, and it would save us time. But I don't know. I like how things are going. I hope it continues. I want it to just get bigger and better. But like, yeah, I don't want it to. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Chapter 1's gonna come out. It's gonna look awesome. It's gonna run better. I'm super happy with how it's turning out. I wish it was done a little bit faster, but like we're still trying to manage, get the pipeline cleaned
we're
out.
still figuring stuff out. So.
But hopefully it should speed up in, significantly. I hope. When did we finish the script for prologue? We did that in like they were getting
I
their
have no
lines in like
idea.
May, or like they were recorded in May, right?
I don't remember.
Meanwhile, it took us until like mid-August to give them their stuff, to start deploying them individually.
I think it depended on the VA.
I think some people still don't have their lines.
Oh no!
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
differs from
prologue.
person to person.
Prologue. What did? I don't know. I'm looking at you like you would know.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
Yeah. What did you guys get your lines for the prologue?
The prologue, I don't have a way of remembering. I can't remember off the top of my head that far back.
It's one of his favorite moments of working on the game. He has no idea when it happened.
Well, it's like
The time, like we don't have a timeline.
Oh
like,
no, I
what?
understand. Time doesn't exist for me.
But like, there's some 3D models that I wish were cleaned up a little. Like Panic going back through and revising the courtyard is paying off a ton.
Yeah.
It runs better. It looks better. I'm super happy with that. Good job, Panic. You did good. But like both me and Eden are both in agreement that we hate how the laundromat looks, and we wish we want to change it, but there's some obstacles in the way that prevent us from changing it now. But I still want to see if we have enough time in the polishing phase, if we can work around those obstacles to get it, make it look nicer, adds a little bit more geometry, because it has plenty of wiggle room in it because of its simplicity. But then someone did something that's preventing us from updating it and making it work well. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
I'll expect you after. But
Sounds like a CG. I predicted character death.
Spoilers.
I don't know. I'm
don't
just
know either.
talking out of my head.
I mean, going back to the main question at hand, I think honestly everyone's favorite moment was definitely tonight giving the cake to Cherry.
I wanted her
that
to
was incredible.
cry. I wanted her to sob.
No, it was
We were
emotional.
I
It
was actually
great.
about to cry.
I was
I
actually
almost
getting
felt
a little
tear.
emotional too. Dude, like this whole the past 2 days has been an emotional roller because I got on my first ever plane
Yeah, you've
ever.
never flown before this.
And I was so I was perfectly calm until walking down the aisle, and then my heart just started sinking. But then it's
And then 2 minutes into the air, you're like,
once it started going up and it was that initial dropping feeling stopped, I was like, dude, it's like Google Maps, but I'm the camera. Dude, that's crazy. And I'm like, how do people? Human engineering's crazy, dude. How did we figure this out?
It was crazy
These people
watching
are so smart. I'm tearing up right now thinking about this. Crazy.
Meanwhile, Pap's just
And
like
the
the
world is
wings
so
are flapping.
huge.
Yeah.
And the world is so
this
huge.
ain't a bird.
The world is
Stop
so
laughing.
huge, and there's so many just fields in Texas, and
Yes.
looking at the thing and seeing the altitude. Because on the first flight, there's the screen that shows the altitude and the speed, and it's like we're going 420 miles an hour. Nice. we're 30,000 feet in the air, and I'm like, let's go higher. It went to
Can we go higher?
1400, and then I'm
much
like,
higher?
whoa, this is so high up, and you're like, it gets better.
But
I
yeah, we
was
were at
like,
16,000 feet, and I'm like, we're not even halfway up.
And I'm like, what? That's crazy. And then seeing Juve was a trip because
Oh,
me
yeah.
and you have met up before.
Once,
And that
yeah.
was-
Because we're
yeah,
close to each other.
But it was for a couple hours. And I'm I guess comfortable with you. But then
I hope so.
I mean, we're gonna have to get comfortable with each other because we're gonna be on another flight back to Pennsylvania. Maybe not in one piece, but
We'll find out.
But then seeing Juve, confession. I thought he was gonna be way taller than he was.
I always thought he would be tall. I mean, he's
tall.
He
Gives off
isn't
tall
he
vibes.
talks
I
like a tall
expected him
person.
to be taller.
He's 5'10". He said he's 5'10". So it's 2 inches above me actually.
But
And I'm
just
short.
seeing him was seeing a lot of you guys. It's like what we were talking about earlier. Holy crap, you guys are I could touch you. That's crazy. You guys
You're
are
real?
You're really not VTubers. And it's just a really I guess I don't know if this is the word, but it's surreal just being oh, all these people I've talked to for hundreds of hours on a little phone and computer app. And now it's
and you're
I
here.
could kick your ass right now if I wanted to.
That's not what I was going.
Square
for.
up.
I told Sweden.
Finally.
I told Sweden this was back in October, around that quarter of 2021. I was like, dude, if I ever encounter you in real life, I'm gonna drop kick you on sight. And he got to the point where he's like, I'm kind of scared to meet you. And so when I immediately met him, I walked up to him and I was like, Sweden. Girl. That's my impression of him.
Why?
I started backing up and I was like, it's time. And he started working out, and he's actually quite jacked now because he started working out for the entire month of August. And he's like,
He knew you were gonna meet him.
yeah. It was like that.
Prepared for that very
It was
moment.
the I don't watch the show, but it's the JoJo thing. Oh, you're approaching me.
Instead of
I
walking
can't
away,
kick
you're
your
gonna
ass
get
without
closer.
getting closer.
Okay.
But yeah, just meeting everyone's really freaking crazy.
All right. I think
Do
that's
we have
gonna.
everyone's answer on that question?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, let's put our plugs.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Let's wrap everything up. Where could everyone find you? Down the line.
So you'll be able to find me on Twitter at Dr. Pap. You'll see my name come up as Jacob Plord. And I'm also on Casting Call under the same name, Dr. Pap. And I'm also on YouTube. I barely upload, but who knows?
I have claimed my username on a variety of social media platforms, but I don't do anything. I apologize.
Hang on, I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, my Twitter is universe_EDM. Universe_EDM. That's about it. Next.
I just use my name, Andrew Moores. That's Moers.
Not how it's spelled in the
yeah.
credits.
Yeah. No, I asked Taco about that a couple times. I think
Was
it's
it
still.
It was misspelled in the credits.
Yeah, it's
Oh
like
my
it's like
God.
I don't remember what it is, but it's
I don't know.
definitely not my
Was it
last name.
Myers?
Yeah,
It was-
why?
it
I
was
don't know why.
Myers.
Taco was like, I'm pretty sure that's what your
Isn't it
name
like-
is, and I'm like,
Nar.
Moore.
it's Moers is
One
O.
correct. Yeah,
1-0.
which isn't a very common spelling, but anyways, it rhymes with s'mores. That's how I remember it.
Okay.
But
s'mores.
yeah, that's my name on all social stuff. Follow my YouTube. I sometimes make things.
I'm Pipe Dream DX on most things. I have a personal YouTube channel of Justin Gilbert. You can find my website at justingilbertsound.com.
Ooh, this guy's got a website.
I have a website.
Yeah.
Wix, baby.
It was Squarespace, actually.
Hey, let's talk about our sponsor. 'Cause it's sponsor.
What about you, Anthony?
Okay, so like some took the Anthony Miele like at thing. I'm trying to get that back, but currently it's like the Hiaus HAIOUS but Anthony Miele on other stuff. Anthony Miele.
It'll all be in the description of the video. So if you want to find us, everything will
like
be in the
link
description.
trees or anything that any of us have. Yeah.
Well, it'll all be in the description if you want to find us.
Editor, put it on screen. Make it like super cool and dynamic.
Just look at me.
Look at him.
Editor.
All right, so that's going to be it for this episode of the podcast. Thanks for everyone for watching, listening, and the next episode's probably going to be the Weeby podcast.
Yeah, more than
So,
likely.
More than likely going to be the Weeby podcast. So hope you guys are excited for that.
If it's not,
I
we're
don't know when
sorry.
these are coming out. So
It's
yeah.
gonna be like out of order. Like
This is
who
gonna be
knows?
released,
Who knows
like,
how this
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
around.
It's like, do I do the distractible thing of like podcast out?
Podcast 1, podcast 2, and then just fill in whatever is the
Yeah,
one
yeah,
you're
yeah.
using.
So thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
on the
thanks
podcast
thanks
Eden
everyone
Garden.
for tuning in, and hope you guys are excited for chapter 1. So
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
do your best
Play it, or
Juve
else I'm gonna
nod.
cry.
No, just cut right there.
yeah, okay, we're good. We're good.
Right when you're about